Well, here you going, everyone. Josh the Collector Guy. Hope you're all having an awesome week out there, everyone. To all the Hot Wheels guys and girls out there, hope you're having a really good week so far, everyone. Hope you've managed to have a little bit of a hunt here and there. Hope you've managed to find some awesome cars, everyone. Hope you're having a good week. Well, these are my finds for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Got a few awesome flea market finds just here. I'll probably get to them very shortly. Got some awesome things here off my MyManMate as always. Couple of 90s stuff here. Old gold hot one. Of course, I can't go without go through the week without getting some Redlines, of course, and a vintage carded Matchbox. And also some stuff off eBay. Some really cool ones there in the mix too today. And of course, the awesome Vetty Funny. We'll get to them a little bit later. But first up, we'll start off with the stuff from the flea market. It was really good going to the flea market this week. I went last week, didn't find too much, but managed to go to at least 2 of my flea markets this week, which was pretty cool. I'll share with you what I got. Well, I got these old Matchbox connector vehicles. I'm not sure if that's the name of them or not. Connectables. I remember these from when I was a kid. As a matter of fact, I remember going to the flea markets with Dad and that when I was much younger, and having scrounging around at the markets and coming across these sort of vehicles. I've never seen these two before, but I do have a bag of them in one of my boxes here in my room. I remember having so much fun with them vehicles. It was pretty cool. You could connect the cars all together and that makes some weird and wacky vehicles, and that it was actually a pretty cool little idea Matchbox come up with. And how could I resist this one with the big bad bow tie? It looks like the old Lumina Stocker and the old Peterbilt cement mixer truck here. Very cool indeed. Not too bad condition either, and they were pretty cheap, I think, for their age. I'm pretty sure they're at least 80s or 90s. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a year under it, but I'm pretty sure it was roughly around that era, and I think it's made in China, unfortunately, but still very cool. Remember them greatly as a kid. And something I was not expecting to find at the flea market. These little guys here, the old Hot Wheels Zowees. Now, in my personal opinion, these are not easy to find. There are some quite rare versions of them though. I think the price range for them is at least $90 and up. I don't know the names of some of them. I think this might be a root beer wagon or something. This is one of my favourites. I think I got a couple of these already. That one's pretty cool. Great little idea Hot Wheels had back in the day. I'm pretty sure these are at least from the late 60s, early 70s. Very cool indeed. Unfortunately, this little guy's missing his wheel. And then this one, pretty cool indeed. Very cool little idea Hot Wheels had. I think they were available at, Shell petrol stations over in the USA. So it came in a little baggie, and I think having it in the baggie makes it even more valuable, of course. But still, I rarely find these things, if not none at all, and I've seen a couple on eBay for quite expensive prices, but those ones are more of the rarer sort of ones. These guys seem maybe a little bit common, but they are still hard to find in my own personal opinion. Now we get to the old Matchbox Super King, and I think this one is a Speed King, excuse me. Very cool old looking F1 vehicle from back in the, I reckon, the 70s. Very cool indeed. Looks like the Hot Wheels version, sort of. That's what I love about the old Matchboxes and that. They make big solid vehicles like this. So cool. I know Hot Wheels didn't really seem to do it, maybe with the baby toys and that. They sort of made bigger vehicles, but the way Matchbox did it, they really hit the nail on the head. Very great. Well, really awesome detail. You got the driver, the engine there. So cool. And I couldn't pass on the Peterbilt truck here. I love my Peterbilt trucks. Of course, made in England, which is always awesome to see. I do have this truck already in the collection, but this one is in much better condition, and really good price I got on that too. Really good. Well, those are my flea market finds. Great scores from the flea market. We'll move on to the eBay finds now. Got Extras Sonagon. I don't actually have a Sonagon in my collection at the moment, which is quite unusual for me. Very cool. I love the Sonagons. And Dad would too, because he loves his Volkswagen stuff. Really cool indeed. Love the old extra stuff as well. Really don't find too many of them either. I know I got a couple just up here and also behind me. There's one right up there. So I don't have too many in the collection. I do have some put away. But yeah, I think it's a Peterbilt truck I do have put away. But it was really cool to find that. And it was off Australian eBay too, which was quite unusual to find. And the old trash truck. Not too bad condition on the card. Unfortunately, the blister's a bit cracked. But at the end of the day, she's still pretty much all there. And funnily enough, old Drag Bus Dave had these two in his vid this week as well, which is pretty funny to see. We seem to be grabbing the same cars each and every week. Love the old trash truck. Don't see too many of these either. I'm pretty sure there's a Mexican or French one getting around. That one's quite pricey indeed. That set looks real cool. Love to have something like that. Now we get to my favourite one, the old Vetty Funny. As you can see, these are international cards. They seem to be much shorter than the usual USA cards and that, which is a cool little variation to have. I do have, as you may have seen in my previous vid, I have one with a big large sticker over it. Good to pick up another card variation. As everyone probably knows, I absolutely love my card variations. Have a look on the back. Old 80s Firebird. Very cool. Glad to pick them up, even though we won't mention anything about the postage from this seller, but it was very cool to pick those up off Australian eBay. Now, last but not least, we'll get to the stuff off MyManMate. As always, everyone, I pick up absolute awesome things off MyManMate. He always does me great deals. The old 59 caddy, love these old caddies, love the fins. Still have this one from when I was a kid. Still, well, mine was loose, of course, and only the other night Dad said, oh, it's a shame I opened them up, and I thought, well, back then it was alright. I'm pretty sure I actually have the whole set loose, but cool to have one carded on the old 90s car, the old Porsche doing the burnout. Highway hauler, love my highway haulers. Great to find this off MyManMate. Love the colour combination. The highway hauler I grew up with as a kid. One of my, probably my second favourite though, I have to admit. I like the first highway hauler a little bit better, but at the end of the day, they're still as awesome as each other. Got the old price there. What an absolute bargain this person got it for. Oh, the old collector number blue card and everything. Got the old models on the back there, some two tough Chevs there and the old garbage truck. Remember that as a kid as well. Absolutely awesome. Love my old 90s stuff. Absolutely love it. Got the old T-Bird stocker here, which is, this is a bit unusual. It seems to have gotten a double dose of the Tampo on the side there, which is quite unusual for an old vintage Hot Wheel. I actually don't think I have this one in the collection yet. If I do, it's tucked away somewhere. And it's funny how they read 81... Oh, Thunderbird, excuse me. Well, it is a Thunderbird, I guess. Love the old NASCAR stuff. Now we get to the carded Matchbox, the old number 68 Chevy van. Very cool indeed. Something very unusual, though, with this carded vehicle combination. I believe under the base, it says 1979. Let's see if we can have a little look. As you can see there, 1979. Whereas on the card, this is a little bit unusual. It's got 1976. I think that's unusual. To me it is, and even MyManMate pointed that out as well. But anyway, I love the old carded Matchboxes. Love that card art. Absolutely cool as. Looks like I'm not sure what that is. It's probably a Pommy vehicle. The old tanker truck and the old Hemi at the back there catching up. Very cool. Have a look on the back. Very basic on the back, a little collector's club. That would have been pretty cool. Glad to have found one of them. Now, last but not least, the Redlines, the good old Redlines. You know, everyone knows I love the old Redlines. Got the old Ford Mark IV, I think this one is, the old Hong Kong base. Very cool. It's got a bit of a Can-Am theme this week to the Redlines. Unfortunately, that pops off, but that doesn't matter. She's not too bad condition. Not too bad at all. Looks like red to me. Still got a bit of shine to her. Got the old Ford J car. This car looks pretty cool as well. USA base. You know I love my USA made Hot Wheels. Very cool indeed. Love my Can-Am cars, absolutely love them. Now, probably the two best Redlines for the week. These two seem like they're in pretty good condition. Sometimes it's hard to believe they're in this pristine condition. We'll start off with the old Chaparral. I absolutely adore the Chaparrals. I believe some of them were powered by Chev engines too. That's probably why I love them so much. Absolutely cool as. Absolutely cool. I don't know how they managed to drive these back in the 60s and 70s. You would have had to have been pretty brave to drive some of these cars, because the technology nowadays, you'd probably be a little bit more safer. But that's in, I believe, a light brown, even though in the book it says dark brown. I'm not sure if the shading's wrong on this one, or it actually is a light brown and the light brown isn't stated. I'm not really too sure. Not too bad. Don't mind the brown colour indeed. Old hairy hauler as well. Don't have too many hairy haulers. The only other one I have is my salmon or pink one just there. Very cool. Glad to have a second one for the collection. This one's in rose red, I believe. Now, the colours seem a little bit different all over it, because I showed Dad and he goes, the back bit looks a bit different to the full colour of it, but it looks pretty legit to me. It's a bit hard to know sometimes. Unfortunately, the tailpipe's been snapped off. You often wonder how that happened, considering the car's in such mint condition. There's a few scrapes here and there. Probably had limited play back in the 70s and that. Very cool indeed. The glass is all still there. The interior is pretty clean. It's probably cleaner than my Utes interior at the moment, but she'll get a clean sometime soon. Very cool. What detail they had back then, and what, it's just amazing to see like how far Hot Wheels have come from these old beauties to what they have today. It's absolutely cool as. But at the end of the day, I love my vintage stuff a lot more. Get a little look of her as well on the roof. Such shiny paintwork. They're like blister pulls, these two. They're in such good condition. Well, I hope you enjoyed my haul for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Hope I didn't ramble on too much. And the NASCAR's on, so I want to get back to that and see what's happening with that. I know Gordon was leading just as I turned it off before, but anyway, I won't take up too much of your time, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this week, everyone. Thank you very much to my subscribers yet again, even if you're just passing by. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much indeed. Well, that's pretty much it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. As I just said, really hope you enjoyed. And remember, as always, everyone, thank you for watching. And remember, happy hunting. Keep the hobby strong. See you later, everyone. Have an awesome week.